They claimed it was climate change. Oh, it could not be them. No. Think again. A politician? Never. Incompetence? Oh, don't even bother with that in California. But it turns out now we know without a shadow of a doubt how it is that much of Los Angeles was burned to the ground. And it turns out, as you might have surmised, it had nothing to do with climate. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are here to cover From the Ashes. I doubt it's like a phoenix, but the way Tinseltown was burned to the ground and where the blame was laid. Receipts, we got them. Click the like button, share this out, and drop a comment down below. YouTube loves it when you're engaged. Folks, we're engaged and we're ready to play. Let's dive in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to face the face of climate change. This from the New York Post. Alleged Palisades firebug posted anti-stuff, blamed wildfires on climate change. This is from Anthony Blair and Alex Oliveira. I'm going to scroll down for just a minute.
What the?
Oh, I think I know that guy.
This is a picture of Jonathan Rinderknight.
He looks a lot like Pedro Pascal in Joker makeup.
The Florida man accused of sparking the flames that burned swaths of Los Angeles to the ground in the Palisades fire. This is the guy, folks, the face of climate change. This is the guy that burned down, allegedly, an area in Los Angeles the size of Paris. Now, how is it that somebody like this, and I don't want to be too harsh, okay, because they could have, for sensationalism, they could have taken a Halloween picture and used it as the photo, you know, above all others. But how can this guy from Florida be the one who destroyed so much of Los Angeles? Ladies and gentlemen, incompetence. The Florida man accused of sparking the flames that burned massive swaths, inserting the word massive there because it's true, of Los Angeles to the ground in the Palisades fire, posted on social media about how global warming causes wildfires. Jonathan, who's 29 years old, regularly took to Facebook to share posts about eco-apocalypses, mocking the Trumpster and his supporters and pushing people to become vegans. One article he shared, Climate Change Will Force a New American Migration, from ProPublica, even included a thumbnail showing wildfires raging across a California hillside neighborhood. That 2020 story opened by discussing blazing West Coast temperatures. It's eerily and ironically similar to the situation this man is accused of creating himself on January 1st, when he allegedly hiked to the hills above Los Angeles and started a bushfire. Prosecutors allege that blaze was never fully extinguished, and 6 days later it sprang back to life, burning nearly 24,000 acres. Killing 12 people and destroying 7,000 homes. This guy did $150 billion in damage, but folks, we cannot blame it on one deranged man who is accused but not found guilty yet. We have to blame it on incompetence. And why do I say so? Well, let's go back to the Wayback Machine for just a minute. January 28th, 2025, out of the World Weather Attribution Organization. Climate change increased the likelihood of wildfire disaster in highly exposed Los Angeles area. That's right, folks. It wasn't that man. It was climate change. From the BBC, January 28th, climate change made LA fires worse, scientists say. Not some crazy moron who is going to try to use this as proof of climate change. No, Matt McGrath says climate change. And we'll keep on going. I could do literally 100 of these. Earth.org, hotter, drier, and more flammable. Climate change played a role in the LA fire, new study finds. You know what played a role in it? This guy and not having water. And you know why you didn't have water? Because for some reason, you didn't let the water in the reserves stay in the reserves and the reservoirs and then pump that into the hydrants. Back when it was a small brush fire.
It sounds like the real climate change was the friends he made along the way.
Yeah, this guy wanted to make a point, apparently, that climate change was here and was burning down. He was obsessed with eco disasters. And as soon as he did what he did, all of the legacy media did what you know they'll do every time, and they blamed it on climate change. And now we're finding out, nope, it was a deranged idiot, probably, and a government that is utterly inept that didn't have water to put out his dinky little fire that he made. And this is the sad part about it. This guy, if he did what he did, if it's proven out in court, this guy caused the loss of life, massive loss of property, the burning of untold acreage, the death and destruction of animals, and the legacy media dutifully carried it and told the exact thing he wanted them to do and just spouted like little lemmings going off a cliff. It's climate change. It's climate change. No, it's a man who's deranged. And I'm starting to wonder if all of them are not the same. Guys, girls on the panel, I can put up 100 articles. And you remember this from January. It was nonstop, them telling us that it was all of us. We had done this to Los Angeles. It was not Los Angeles. It was not California. It was all of us. It's those of you out there who refuse to have a separate recycling receptacle. It's all of you out there who drive your gas-guzzling cars. You did it to L.A., not that man. Panel, what do you have to say about this? Is it not fascinating that this guy wanted that message out and the crazy dinosaur media did exactly that?
I think it's clear it was Justin Baldoni, but just obvious.
He was trying to get Blake Lively because she lives in Hollywood.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it was. At least all of these people that were screaming about climate change absolutely love all of Elon Musk's Tesla products that help the climate, right?
Right. They certainly don't deface and damage them.
Well, I mean, and then they went about, also setting dealerships on fire. So that was definitely battling the issues they were complaining about.
How does that work?
I don't know.
It's like
Go
the
ahead.
band's going to make it kind of mentality to me. Like, we just need a little push so that people understand what's going on. It's like they don't watch enough movies where the villain is some kind of well-intentioned evil person. Well-intentioned, the evil person who thinks they're the righteous one. This is like the plot of so many movies right here, where someone's like, "Well, no,
Airheads.
we're gonna. It's a climate change false flag attack. Is basically what it is."
Yeah, this is Airheads.
Climate migration, guys. It was climate migration. When somebody burns down your home and you have to relocate, in California, we now call that climate migration, according to Georgetown University.
Wow.
Yeah. Climate change.
Georgetown's notoriously not really, resilient as far as believability goes. In fact, I have to say that a lot of the studies and garbage that they try to hold out there as examples are ultimately usually disproven. I'm sick and tired of the intelligentsia, holding up, the marginally researched, observations of a few politically inclined as, the people that are, essentially telling the truth or are factually based. We know who's behind all of this and why. And again, it's revealed by the motivations of the person who was actually responsible for all of this. So.
Now, wait a minute, Culture. Are you disagreeing with ABC News on January 8th? Are you denying what they had to say?
Yes.
This is how climate change contributed to California. Hang on a second. Let's find out. What was ABC News telling us? Disney, that is. Disney is ABC. Whoop. Come on, little audio button. There we go. Here we go, folks. Let's see what they had to say.
All right, welcome back. As these wildfires spread across Southern California, we know that many environmentalists right now are sounding the alarm on the role that climate change is playing in fueling some of these fires. Joining me with more on this is Chad Hansen, who's a wildfire scientist and fire ecologist with the John Muir Project and author of Smokescreen: Debunking Wildfire Myths to Save Our Forests and Our Climate. Is certainly a worthy cause. So
this guy looks like he participated in mostly peaceful protests to begin with. So he might
Meanwhile,
he looks like if one of those screaming rubber chickens became a person.
Meanwhile,
there you go.
Here's the deal. California politicians did not save the water that was readily available, and they didn't have water in the hydrants to put out the fire that the Joker, right? That Joker mixed with a French mime decided to start up on the top of a mountain.
No water.
And now Bill Gates is telling us, because we've moved on from this page, Bill Gates is now telling us, that climate change thing, not a big deal. We're going to be fine.
Yeah.
We're going to be fine now.
Yeah, we were going to be fine all along. And again, that was disheartening to those in the EU who were trying to, exert some authority over the rest of the countries that, this is all just a hot political mess that's not going to go anywhere. The likes of the discredited, what's the Thor not Thor, He-Man looking girl. What's her name?
She-Ra?
No, the
Xena?
blonde, the blonde girl that didn't go to school and people seem to care for
Sydney
some reason.
Sweeney?
No,
You're talking about
Thunberg. Thunberg is. Sorry,
Man, we were all over the place there.
sorry.
He-Man? Really? That was how you
Oh,
chose
that
to describe-
okay.
She looks remarkably like He-Man right now.
Well,
But
like Prince Adam.
Prince
It's the
Adam.
choir boy haircut. Yes.
Yeah.
So now that we're finding out that it wasn't exactly climate change, though, it was a crazy guy.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me that, Bill Gates, and folks, if you're going to read this, Bill Gates, he's officially turned the page. We're all turning the page now, and they can stop lying to us because all that nonsense was a whole bunch of lies. It was just made to make you not recognize, oh, wait, we emptied our reservoirs and crazy people who start fires now, there's nothing we can do to defend ourselves against it. Thus, we're burning down areas the size of Paris. Bill Gates has come out and said, nope. And you can see in the what to know, okay? Look, this is straight from Bill Gates. What is he saying? Climate change is serious, but we've made great progress. We need to keep backing the breakthroughs that will help the world reach zero emissions. What is that? AI and massive energy production. We can't cut funding for health and development, programs that help people stay resilient in the face of climate change. It's time to put human welfare at the center of our climate strategies, which includes reducing the green premium to zero and improving agriculture and health in poor countries. He talks about how the doomsday view of climate change is no more, basically. He
I
says,
think he had to do this to save face because how many times did they tell us it's going to be by this year or that year that the world's ending, and we're still here.
That's right, Joe Rossi. And the thing, too, is they made a lot of people be very skeptical of science, right? The science. Because they conflated what they were saying, this doomsday nonsense scenario, with actual science, which never supported this. It's just a made-up bunch of stuff. And at the same time, Joe Rossi, that they were crying to us and telling us, oh, we're going to drown. Florida's going to be under the water. They were buying up their beachfront properties.
Absolutely. I think Obama bought some really nice beachfront property all while being concerned about climate change. So that doesn't really, 1 + 1 doesn't add up to 2 there.
He's a native Hawaiian.
And the banks are
he's not.
still financing mortgages and not making any consideration for whether or not something's going to be underwater at a certain time. It seems like the financial institutions themselves are not making any real hedges against some supposed climate issue. So I don't think they actually believe it.
Well, the amazing thing is they tricked a lot of people, and to watch a lot of the Californians, not everybody, of course, but to watch a lot of the Californians have their homes destroyed, unable to rebuild, and to be told it's climate change. It's not your government's fault. It's not your mayor's fault. It's not your local political voice. It's someone else's fault. It's the red states. They keep pumping the emissions into the air. It's their fault. They burned down your house. No, it was always a crazy guy, and it was always an incompetent government that decided not to save the water. Now, folks are not afraid of the world getting hotter. They're just saying, maybe you ought to leave that darn golden state. Often as we get ready to wrap these up, folks, you'll hear us say, keep learning, keep growing, keep having fun. And the reason we do it is because we appreciate you. It's true, we do. And we want you to have a good time. Thank you for giving us the great time of spending time with you. Folks, on the way out the door, consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell, and drop a comment down below because you matter. Your thoughts matter. Who cares what the legacy corporate deadbeat media tells you? You really are important. And we're a testament to that. We wouldn't be here without folks just like you. And since we've said it, we'll say it once more. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.